A convicted serial stalker is heading back to prison, sentenced to a mandatory 22 years behind bars. In 2011, we told you his victim's concerns. 2 years later, Dammon Haynes was released from prison. Good evening. I'm Megan Matthews.
And I'm Craig Negrelli. Now he's back in jail for stalking another Omaha victim who realized what he was doing after watching our story. Senior reporter Jake Wazakowski is here with details. Jake?
Craig and Megan, Dammon Haynes says he was just trying to find out the safety of his young daughter while he was in jail, but prosecutors say they have stacks and many pages of reports as well as phone records showing that he was actually threatening the girl's mother's life and her family.
He kicked in my door twice, busted my windows, broke in my house, stole my clothes.
In 2011, there were stories of terror from 3 women who didn't want to be identified, fearful of one man, Dammon Haynes, who was serving a prison sentence for stalking. He'd threaten their children, watch them from inside and outside their homes, and mentally abuse them.
He called me and he said, do I honestly think the police could keep me safe?
After being released in July 2013, Haynes was sentenced to 24 to 48 years in prison today for the same stalking charge, terroristic threats, and being a habitual criminal. The victim is the mother of one of his children. Investigators showed her our story from 2011 to get her to see the abuse she was suffering at the hands of Haynes.
When the victim in this case came forward, we said, do you understand who this individual is? And she viewed that video as well as these other people he was manipulating from behind bars.
Haynes claims he was watching out for his daughter. Investigators say he called the victim 44 times from jail and made other threats on her life. Prosecutors say he stalked about 24 people since 1999. Judge Shelley Stratman said he's one of the worst domestic violence offenders she's ever seen, and he has no remorse for the lives he has broken.
It's not a loss of life, but it is a loss. And it's a loss of something bigger. It's a loss of stability of their house, of their safety of their home, the safety of their children. These victims are in therapy. Many wouldn't come forward. Our own victim in this case today was too scared to come, too scared to make a statement, because they will forever live with that.
Haynes will spend a minimum of 22 years behind bars, as we mentioned, and he will have a mandatory release date in 38 years.
Stunning how often he's convicted of doing this, Jake. And you say that being behind bars and in jail did not deter him.
No, it really didn't, and the judge made a point of that a number of times. She said multiple times that he was told he wasn't supposed to contact the victim, but he continued to do so. Investigators then intercepted letters and phone calls to a web of 30 different people that he was manipulating and harassing and also trying to get on his side. He even had his son, who is in jail right now on a first-degree murder charge, contact the victim's family and threaten to shoot up their house.
Wow, but tonight he's off the streets.
That's right.
All right, Jake Wazakowski for us tonight. Thanks.